And Peoria Notre Dame Irish.
Just treat both teams the same. As far as urgency, give them the ball. That's all.
For the national anthem, the first
Wherever the ball goes out,
Preferably not.
like if the ball goes out right here, just set it down on the ground. Don't worry about throwing it. You understand that? Okay, so you don't need to get, because if you throw it to them and somebody's winning in the second half, they're going to just dodge out of the way of the ball. And then I have to get it.
in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes. Keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. It is all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Welcome, Peoria Notre Dame soccer fans, to NDTV, Peoria Notre Dame High School's live stream of as many of our athletic events as we can squeeze in a school year. I'm Rob Kenny here with Mike Plunkett on the top of the hill, Peoria Notre Dame campus, to bring you this rivalry match here, the Central Illinois Tri-County match between your Peoria Notre Dame Irish and our visitors and friends from across the river, the Morton Potters. Mike, this is always sometimes a preview of the playoffs here. It's a heated rivalry, two very good squads. I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, long-time rivalry. Two teams that traditionally have put really top-notch squads on the pitch every time they step on it. And good again. We talked about it this week. This being our third match in 4 days, but we're talking about what you're doing early in the season. You kind of getting an idea of what you've got, and another good test for us. We passed our first two pretty impressively. Now we'll see, with a little bit of conditioning and different opponent, how things work out tonight.
Yeah, Irish 2-0 victories, impressive victories against Quincy Notre Dame on Wednesday night, and a rescheduled match on Thursday night against Chatham Glenwood. This is the second game of the year for the Potters. They're coming in off a home loss to Normal U High. Speaking of fine squads that always turn out talented state qualifying teams, they lost 2-0 at McClellan Park on Thursday. And we're off.
And I got to say, it's probably out of the 3 nights we've been here, this weather's
by far
probably ideal tonight. We've got
the best.
The tailgaters out, a nice group of Irish Nation. Morton brought some fans, and beautiful night to sit and watch some quality soccer.
It is. The lights are on. They'll be taking effect here fairly soon as shadows cover almost the entire pitch. Into the first couple minutes here, both teams will be feeling them out. And the Irish, as you said, Mike, played 2 games already this week under less than ideal conditions, hothouse conditions. Great if you're an orchid, not so great if you're a soccer player out there on the pitch. Came through it okay with 7-1 and 4-0 victories.
Yeah, and really, relatively unscathed. You had, Hogan was down, kind of precautionary more than anything else on Thursday night's match, but here he is back in the starting lineup.
Good to see. He's got some rest there, so that'd be good. A well-rested Thatcher Hogan is usually a menace to the other team.
Caden Hudson's probably a little tired after scoring 7 goals. And
I was looking at that, yeah. Put a 4 spot up and then slumped to a 3 spot on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm surprised they started him tonight after that effort.
Yeah, I'm sure he spent all Friday working on that deficit. All kidding aside, the great thing about the Irish scored 11 goals so far. They have an 11-1 goal difference, which is wonderful. Those other 4 goals are all scored by 4 different players, which is a testament to our depth. It's a testament to how these guys trust each other.
Well, I think probably the most positive thing the coach is getting out of this is the depth, just as you mentioned, just the number of kids that have come in. And they've come in, it's almost like we haven't taken a step back at any spot.
Yeah, it's amazing. They come in, the youngsters, we've talked a lot in the last 2 broadcasts about the freshmen and the sophomores that come in. And of course, they look like freshmen and sophomores, not just a shaved head for the newbie freshmen like that, but they're slighter. They're not still closer to their grade school bodies than they have to their bodies that they're going to have when they're 18-year-olds. But they're not getting knocked off the ball. They're not shying away from contact.
And they're skilled. They know how to play the game.
They are wonderfully skilled. And they've earned the trust, you can tell already, of the upperclassmen. Wouldn't be out there in this program if they didn't.
Yeah, very. It just looks like this edition of the Notre Dame soccer squad is a very athletic group. We've got good overall speed. Everybody moves well. People are good with the ball. And with the rookie keeper, you sometimes you question that a little bit. But I was talking to Coach Bear prior to tonight's match, and really a keeper here, if our defense is doing what they're supposed to do, they're going to be required to maybe make a save or 2, but most of the time it's just going to be the decisions that you make.
Right, it's going to be more about the communication with your back line, and making sure that you're the keeper at this level is really not the captain of the defense. It's your center back or your center backs, if you're lucky enough like the Irish to have 2 good ones. Declan Schuler here taking the ball close to the end line as the Irish have gotten it so far, throwing in a nice cross. It's going to float out of bounds though. This opening sort of 5 minutes, which is always a feeling out period, no matter what team like that. The Irish have had the best of it when it comes to just possession, but nothing serious has come of it yet. Irish throwing out their preferred starting lineup so far we've seen this year. Now with Thatcher Hogan back in, Julian Corona becomes probably the first sub off the bench.
And Julian has done nothing but give us good minutes every time he's been out.
But we will see, as we've been talking about. We'll go 7 or 8 deep if the game warrants it. But we'll definitely go 3 or 4 deep, no matter what goes on. These teams, of course, are very familiar with each other, see each other every year. Do not shy away from each other because these are very good programs. They want to play the best. To be the best, you got to play the best. Everyone knows that. They also see each other in the postseason once in a while. They have ended each other's seasons here in the last 5 or 6 years.
And you just know each other. The players know each other. They know the styles each team wants to play. So it's just a matter of who's going to execute the best on a particular night.
Early season matchup here from 2. I would say probably the Mid-Illini Conference, top to bottoms, a bit stronger than the Big 12 Conference.
Yeah, I think the overall depth has been.
Which makes, I think they're probably, you would go to not be surprised, go to sort of 7 or 8 deep in the Mid-Illini and say, oh, that's a little surprising, but I could see X team beating one of the top 4 teams. But you don't quite get that in the Big 12. In a year-in, year-out basis, you will have the, some years where they're 6 or 7 and a team with 2 wins, even 3, maybe 2 wins and a draw wins the conference title, just because it's been that type of year.
Yeah.
Of course, you see a lot of red there on our broadcast. Fine camera work. Morton travels well, particularly when they only got to go about 15 miles. They travel well no matter how they have to go. Knowledgeable fans willing to make their opinion heard. Good job winning that first one there by Grant Selke.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Sebastian Salazar.
Oh, just about.
Absolutely vital intervention there by Caleb Saunders, this senior keeper for the Morton Potters there. He came out, met Sebastian Salazar at the ball, and then handled the deflection that came off of that. Went about 15 yards to his left. Used his body to shield off the Irish. Excellent work from the Potter keeper. It's going to lead to a little bit of a slow break here, we would call it in basketball. The Potters push in the deepest they've seen been this half.
But the Irish do get back.
They
get
do.
back well.
Yeah. It was
Get to their spots.
deep but not dangerous. Down to about 6.5 minutes gone.
Declan Schuler really does a good job. You watch just watching the Hudson Hogan combo going at it. It's pretty impressive. That is really good. Ooh, that's
Very nice cross, dealt with though.
It was, handled well by Morton defense, but that was a really nice cross.
Caden Hudson, it's just as dangerous crossing as he is being the final touch on the ball and scoring. So it makes him so dangerous. It almost makes his teammates never stop running.
Well, there's never a wasted play by Caden. Everything's got a purpose, and it's done well.
Max Matarelli, number 10, Irish stalwart, over this free kick, being taken near the left edge of the penalty box at about 10 yards. Further up, not quite 30. He's throwing it in.
Just missed.
Doesn't miss. Good job by the Morton defender there, keeping Declan Schuler, the tallest player on the Irish side of the goal, from getting anywhere near it. That's a job just using his body to. He didn't win the ball per se,
but he didn't allow Colin a chance to make a play on that ball.
Yeah, which of course is a win.
Did I say Colin? Declan.
No, well, you don't call him McKenzie.
I call him McKenzie. That's a compliment.
Well, not to McKenzie.
Maybe McKenzie and Colin are listening here, so we mentioned them both here.
Ball deep in the corner there. A good example of how wide and long this field is. Ball practically disappears from sight, but remains in play. The Irish looking a little more, not disciplined, a little more like they're trying to run something rather than just feel them out right now. Yeah. Morton having none of it though. Morton is tightening up the defense. They're playing a pretty high line.
They're not going to back down.
No. Morton has no problem this game being 0-0 going into about the 70th minute. They'll be more than happy with that. The Irish MO so far this season, if you go back to last season, score early and then just put pressure on you, ruin what you have written on the whiteboard before the game started. Like, well, good thing it's erasable, because we're going to have to get rid of this and think of something new. We saw that with Chatham Glenwood. Down 3-0 at halftime. They came out and put their danger man back into the middle and try to get some more direct touches.
Now we got a little attack with Patty Graham over on the far side. Looking to set something up now.
Good ball in there for Miller. Just travels a little too far. Handled by the keeper, Caleb Saunders. Like the idea, though. Punt kind of gone off the outside of his foot there. It's going to spin into the Morton crowd. Speaking of sums here, there we get Johnny Navetta in. Boy, Johnny was very impressive on Thursday night against Chatham Glenwood. Going to be replacing number 21, Braden Allers. Navetta did a very nice, slightly thinned out version of Thatcher Hogan on Thursday. Just all over the place.
He really was. He was a factor in a lot of areas.
There's Caden Hudson. There's that out and out speed.
Yeah,
couldn't keep the ball in, but yeah. If there's 20 yards to the ball, he's going to get there a half yard ahead of anybody else.
And for the Fathers, number 22, Braden Kendall.
Yeah, you're right. When a lot of people will maybe give up on the ball, Caden kind of has a sense about him where that ball is going to go, and he'll develop a better angle and just miss keeping that thing alive.
Well, yeah, and oftentimes that did not happen this time with the Morton defender, but oftentimes defenders give up because they think the offensive player's giving up.
Right.
And I think Caden smells that somehow, and it just doubles his speed. Throw in here, number 5, Declan Schuler. Number 13 there, Cal Burkett. First time I called Cal's name. Important part of the defense and the linking up of the offense. Morton looking to string some passes together here. Oh, that's a really clever ball.
Really good ball.
A great cross put in there by number 9, Blaz Oden. Just ran across a little too much adrenaline. Maybe the first chance he's got to really try to affect the game there. Put a little too much behind it. That was nicely done from the midfielder to his attacking player, though. Scoop that little pass over to him instead of scooting it along the ground. Under 28 minutes to go. Briskly played game. I think it's
clean game.
It's actually been clean and brisk. I don't know if that's just as compared to what went on Thursday night.
No conferences.
No conferences.
Phantom yellow cards. We haven't seen anything out of the ordinary tonight.
No, we haven't seen anything. Maybe it's because they're not wearing yellow.
Go ahead, get one. Go ahead now. Smart play, Cam. Smart play. Take it up. Let's go ahead.
Irish able to blunt a few attempts up the middle there by Morton. Now the Irish have Caden Hudson driving on goal. Yeah, trying to get a shot out. Got to get one in there. Yep. Good job. Good pressure by the defense, though. He had to take that leaning back.
Yeah, and rushed him a little bit.
Yeah. The old cliche, and whether you're talking about hockey or you're talking about basketball, you can't hope to stop someone. You just hope to contain him like that. It works in soccer when you're talking about a player of Caden. You just want to get in his way. Good win there by Olden. Clicking down to 26 minutes. Don't really have a theory formulated in my head of what's going on in the game for either team here. Irish certainly have the better of possession, but I would still call it a 50-50 game right now.
Yeah, there hasn't been, the scoring opportunities have been the same. We just have had more possession, like you said. But you think out of that, something is going to break eventually.
Yeah.
The longer you're down this end, something's going to happen.
Yeah, we've talked about how defending all the time with your...
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting when you spend more time in the shadow of your own goal than you do facing the other team's goal. It gets to you. You start to feel a little paranoid. There's a giveaway there, but reacts to it quickly.
Ooh.
Saw what he was trying to do.
Was a hold. Yep.
Yep.
He grabbed him.
Young but veteran official Joe Gross on the call. Morton.
Well, Joe had a very brief conversation with the captains.
Yes, it was.
You thought it might be directed at us, but he basically just said, don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid. Still not certain it wasn't towards us.
Could have been.
All right, I like that from Morton there for number 22. Let's get a shot out there. That is Braden Tyndall.
You're not going to score if you don't shoot it.
Well, put Max Schmidt into the game. Make him get his first touch with the hands. He had a ball played back, then he had to play with his feet because it came from a teammate. Certainly Tyndall didn't make contact he wanted, but I like doing it. You have to let them know that you're going to do it. Read really well there by Caleb Saunders, the keeper.
Patty, see sub too. See sub. Go win it, White. Got play, Rick.
Irish have probably gone longer in this game, Mike, with only one sub than we did in the first two now. We usually would have seen Julian by this time, certainly. Maybe even number 12, Braden Pinkston, in by this time. Sticklemeyer certainly probably usually coming in by 15 minutes or so.
You're right. Not sure if this is what how they thought this, was going to go so far, but it's good test. You don't want everything can't come easy to you.
Oh no. It's just two players slipping there.
Yeah.
Nothing in there. That was number 19, Dane Klopfenstein for Morton. The ball's just got a little too straight, a little too direct.
Seeing a little frustration on the part of the Irish right now. Just need to just settle down.
Yeah, don't know whether it's just the certainly shouldn't be the adrenaline, shouldn't be the nerves, but there's some Irish, I say miscommunication, but miscommunication there. Should not let that ball bounce twice. The Irish are not having those give and goes, the triangle passing, the nice string of passes that we saw, particularly against Chatham Glenwood on Thursday. That is probably to Morton's credit that we're not doing that.
I was going to say, Morton, they know who to key on.
Yeah, and
we got going here.
we have there's Burkett with the ball. It's great having Thatcher Hogan back, but we were not really said his name yet. He's being sort of, we talked about starved for service.
Yes.
Against Chatham Glenwood. Well, Thatcher's kind of out there on an island by himself, and it's an island that does not have a soccer ball on it right now. I don't suspect that will change.
And he could possibly be a little hesitant on some of his movements too. Just a little injury tweaked.
The Irish going to have Max Mattarelli behind this corner kick. Taken down here on the right side, south side of the field. The Irish only have one person in the box. They're going to be making runs into the box off of this. Max puts it up there, and Connor Shula almost gets up foot to it.
You said it too. You said Colin or so we're even now on the Schuler.
Oh, I did say Colin. Dang it. I'm going to blame you.
I caught you.
I'm going to blame you, yeah.
No, but you're right. That was the idea, is to get it to cross it and have him bring it back. Just couldn't quite get it.
Declan did pick up a little knock on that state down there and probably landed on its hip directly, which hip is not designed for. He's back at it right now, though.
Oh. Not quite as sharp with our passing tonight.
Nope. Again, it's probably the majority of that has to do with Morton. I don't believe we've decreased in our talent. Oh, there's a little fortunate deflection there. That could have went anywhere. Fortunately, it popped into the air, took some steam off it, and gave the goalie a good look at it. And, of course, we know already that Saunders reacts well to anything happening in his area.
Senior keeper, he's been there before, I'm sure. I really think that sometimes when you've played, and both these squads you have a day of school, you come and you're in your routine and you play, then you get a Saturday thing, your routine's different, and it just kind of throws you off a little bit. So that, this first weekend of play is always a little bit different, how you prepare for the day is different.
Yeah, don't know how many.
A lot of coaches will bring their kids in early just to get them out of bed.
Caden Hudson, a couple, 5-6 touches in a row there. Going to earn the throw in. Caden's going to take it, I believe. Here's subs. There's Julian Corona in.
Yeah, for the first time.
Cole Whitaker, number 8, coming in for the Potters. Caden Hudson is going to take this long throw in. Ends up being a Yeah.
They call that? Yes, they are.
Unnecessary push. Ball's going out anyway. Let you know I'm there, push, but I'm pretty sure they know you're there already, Caden. Particularly given his throw-in ability. I'd rather we were having that throw-in only 8 yards from the touch line, or the end line, rather. Fine kick there, taking by number 16, Grant Selke. But it's going to eventually fall to the Irish. There's Thatcher Hogan. Thatcher probing on the left side. No way he was going to get a shot off there. It was closed down by 3 different guys. It's excellent team defense. His main man marking him there was not left on an island.
Yeah, they know who they want to key on, and there you go. Oh, that's almost one you don't want the whistle to blow.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want it to blow there. I thought they had something going the other direction.
That's a little shoulder to shoulder, but again, that's in the far side. I suspect, given the Irish Nation didn't really respond in a negative way to that, that was probably pretty obvious that he got him from behind. We give a shout out quickly to all of our pink ladies and our little green man or big green men over there too, especially Caitlin Cassidy for coming out and supporting and still being a pink lady, given her physical condition now after her injury against this same Morton High School in volleyball last week. You see her over there.
Got a shot here.
Oh, Caden
Great
Hudson.
Save.
Beautiful job, Hudson, just getting his foot on that ball.
Yes.
Redirecting it forward, but Caleb Saunders up to the task. Irish take the quick throw, and that came as a result of that save and ball rolling out.
I did hear Coach Bear saying it, and you know, you kind of think that same thing. We had nobody on that far side for a rebound. When the goalie lays out that, or the keeper lays out, that's a great opportunity for you to rebound and pop that thing back in.
Yeah, the goalie's literally prone on the ground after a great save. But by far the best scoring chance by either team, so that is the Irish's.
Another one.
The Irish just happen to have 2 players conversion the ball at the exact same time. Caden pulled up, but Thatcher couldn't quite make the connection.
That was really a good ball. My goodness.
Yeah, that was Declan
That could not have
Schuler.
been put in any better spot.
Yeah. That's probably not necessarily a surprise, but the happiest discovery right now that this early part of the season here is Declan Schuler's play. He was good last year, don't get me wrong, but his contributions on the offensive end now, coming in, throwing in crosses, 60-yard balls over the top that land within a yard of his target. It's a nice weapon to have.
A little bigger and stronger. Looks like he's in good shape.
Pretty sure he's not done growing, given the well, just given what Colin looks like right now. That is a great job by Selke there.
It was.
Didn't want to take the chance to let it roll onto his keeper, put his keeper in a bad situation. Gets it out of, live to play another day. There's a reason he's back there patrolling the central defense. They're one of the better teams in the Tri-County area.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
There's Max Mattarelli. Max trying to get a shot off. There goes Selke down to the ground that time.
He's not letting it happen right now.
No. But these are interventions they have to be making, though. Otherwise, those balls are going to get on to Saunders, and eventually one's going to find and make the net move. And you're right, it is exhausting. That gets it, you're throwing yourself on the ground, making blocks. Sometimes those blocks hit you in spots that you don't want to be hit in.
Right.
And it takes a little bit out of you. Not that the Potter defenders are going to stop doing it, but under 15 minutes to go. This is when you start to worry about some mistake.
Yes.
A counterattack coming in.
All it takes is one.
Yeah, against the run of play, Morton's up 1-0. Another shot there. That one from about 24 yards out, 23 yards out. Took a deflection. Again, a good deflection. Caleb Saunders pounced on it.
Ooh.
Whoa, that could have really surprised Caden Hudson from behind. That was just a missed kick, I think, by Saunders. I think a little frustration maybe boiling up among the Irish players there. You see a little, they're always communicating, but now it's a little bit like, hey, you have to tell me that then, or you have to, hey, you're not even using them. You need to, you need to look here.
Well, a little adversity. The first 2 nights we had, 2 goals minimum at this point.
And 4-0 and 3-0 leads at halftime.
Yes. Got to be able to handle that adversity. It's not always going to go your way entirely. There we go.
Sebastian Salazar going down the right side, does a great job to clear himself. He's going to get to the ball quick enough. He does, but that man again. Johnny Nevada there to keep the ball in the Irish attacking third.
Stay with it. Good.
Oh.
That's very nice.
Yep. Again, it finds a Morton head instead of an Irish head. Declan Shearer going to change the point of attack to Caden Hudson on the left side. Perfect example of the type of pass now that Declan Shearer has got in his arsenal.
Oh, another good save.
Great shot. Great save. Doesn't give up more than an inch of a rebound off of it. Definitely on goal. Low. Worm burner, really, if you were in baseball.
Got pretty good velocity.
Yes, it did. Needed to be saved. And it was by Saunders. 12, just about 12 minutes to go. You got to be happy if you're Morton.
Oh, yeah.
You're coming in, you're absorbing this pressure. We talked about it against Chatham Glenwood. They were happy to absorb the pressure.
Yeah, really. Could be a tremendous move there by Thatcher.
Knew what he's doing.
Move.
Yeah, that's made to draw the foul. That's not made to catch up to the ball. It's made to draw the foul. Let's see if they're going to ask for their 10 yards or not. They are. Your Morton coach saying find a mark, so they're not going to take care of this zonally, which would be tough to do because it's so close here. Again, we talk about this is almost impossible to get over the wall and under the crossbar, so it's got to go around. Or I like your theory, Mike. Throw it in low, waist high, see where the pinball ends up.
Yes.
There are arms to be hit.
Ooh.
Oh, he hits the post or the crossbar and goes over. 4 subs coming on for Morton. Some of them have seen the floor before. Number 9, Boaz Olden, we've talked about him already.
Well, you're just about the 10-minute mark, and they're going to try to make a push, and we just got to continue.
I think that's why this fresh legs are on there. Yes. I think you're right.
We continue putting the pressure. We're putting one of these is going to go.
Yeah, and I think that Morton, fine coaching staff there. That's Torrey DeLong. Maybe he's going to decide that his best defense is going to be a little bit more offense here. Take the Irish out of their comfort zone. Not that the Irish are comfortable out here, but they're getting awfully used to operating in their own final 30, 35 yards.
Just putting a lot of pressure on Morton defense.
Yeah.
Not just the keeper, but everybody.
Morton's credit, they are not cracking under this. They are not trying to get too cute. I mean, we're seeing 30-yard balls just played out of bounds and let them reform, get their lines up, find their men. It is not high-level stuff, but it is very effective. And right now, it's successful.
Yeah, they're not giving Mr. Matson down there a lot of highlights, but it's.
Hope he was watching when we hit the crossbar. And that was it.
It's smart soccer, though.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Also, I think Morton, given this, now there's 9 minutes left to go. Plenty could happen. There could be 3 goals left in this half. For, 2 for one team, 1 for the other, whatever combination you want to come up with. But if it were to go in 0-0, you're going to see a Morton team come out here with probably more confidence and adrenaline than they had when they started the game. Well deserved, I might add.
When you're the underdog, and early in the year it's hard to tell, but you just kind of come and think.
Well, you're the away team at the very least.
You shorten things, shorten it up.
Yep. Coming off a loss, you don't want to start the season 0-2 when you have grand aspirations. Even though they're non-conference games, you have grand aspirations of being a 16, 17, 18 win team going into the postseason, getting a good seed. These games matter. I mean, seeding is very important, and you know that as a basketball coach. Seeding is hugely important when you play in a regional, sectional, super sectional format.
Where you play, who you play is huge.
When you play, whether you get that extra day of rest, it's. There's Selke. He throws in a beautiful ball. He's going to find just about the top of the box, but the Irish win the first and the second ball. There's Selke making a foray in. Ran into his own teammate there at one point. Selke's got the long run back to his central defensive position. Of course, he makes it back there. Plenty of time. Number 18 here, Keegan Burke. Sorry, I don't know the B-O-E-R. Okay. Once again, I look up there and I see Teddy LaHood and see him haven't said his name.
Yeah.
He's had a whole lot to do. What he has had to do, he's done in an efficient
He
manner.
handles it the way he's supposed to.
Yep.
A little contact there.
Yeah, he did. Well played, Caden Hudson. Another nice shot, but Caleb Saunders stayed behind the ball the entire time. Both hands on it, it's chest behind it. Textbook goalkeeping. I certainly think Saunders is getting more and more confident as the game's going on. 7 minutes to go. By the time we start up halftime, or come back from halftime, excuse me.
It's an opportunity for Morton on the attack.
Oh, great shot there by Holden.
Yeah.
Pushed by Max Schmidt onto his own post, where then it goes into the Irish baseball complex. It was a beautiful save, but an even better shot.
We talk about that, as a half goes, all it takes is one.
We said when we got down to 15 minutes that's when it happens, sometime in there. Resulting corner from that is going to be dealt with, not quite yet, by the Irish. There we go. And Declan Shearer doing exactly what the Morton defense has been doing. Get that ball out and let you get a high line going. Mark their front line players. Here we go. All right, number 18. Burke with the overthrow there. That was nice. Would have been a flick on. Number 6 would have been running on, or that would have been
he was
Luan
by
Chatwell.
himself.
Yep, he was there. He was not marked. Good job. Good spell of play there by the Potters. Their best of the game. Let's see if that energizes the Irish. No, not right now.
A little
bad giveaway.
in our passing right now.
Yeah, you said that earlier, and you're right. Kind of reminiscent
Not
of.
nearly as crisp as
Yeah.
they were the first.
Well, we said that about Chatham Glenwood. Remember that they were.
Just a.
Yeah. Could string
said
2
maybe
passes
just like a
together,
tick.
but
Yeah,
but
just
the
a
third
little bit off.
Yeah, the third just wasn't there for some reason. They never really did get over that. The Irish are going to have to get over it.
Coming down on 5 minutes. Stay on the attack.
Yeah, let's reward your keeper for a fine play. And Max Schmidt's save was vital.
That's what Matt Arroyo, he can split the defense as well as anybody I've seen.
Yep, 2 men on there, and they know that.
Yeah.
Max is going to get what's going to amount to basically a short corner here. Taking it about 8 yards inside the line.
Back at him.
Yep, going to have to see if we can't recycle it in really quick here.
That's pretty nice with the ball.
Excellent individual talent there. I'm going to say that is a penalty.
Yes.
Or a foul, and it happened inside the box. An individual moment of won't say brilliance, but the talent at the very least, Max Mattarelli. He had about 6 touches in the that you could take place in a phone booth there, like they used to say. Good basketball players get to shout off in a phone booth. But Max managed to free himself there, get a run on goal. I'm sure Morton thinks, and I can't blame him, that it's a pretty weak call, just because it's tough to see from our vantage point over here whether he got clipped. Certainly the ball wasn't. The defender didn't get the ball. Whether he got Max or not is the key question. Normally you hear it, but
if he extended his foot and he tripped over it, that's got to be the call.
Yep.
And we just have to assume that's what they saw.
Max will be the one standing over it, not just because he earned it.
He certainly did earn it.
Yes, he did.
That was really, really nice individual play.
And we worried in the last 15 minutes of it going against the run of play. This one goes in the run of play. And Thatcher Hogan is the first tally for either team here. Comes with 4:27 to go in the first half, giving the Irish a vital first goal.
And then I always think when you get that first one, sometimes it's a great opportunity to follow it up with that second quickly.
Get these floodgates going, Because now you got a Morton team that was thinking, what we just talked about, going in with a great deal of confidence. Really looking forward to come out in the second half. They got a short game. We got a 40-minute game. We're tied 0-0. We're on the road. This is we're playing a squad that's been state champ or runner-up the last 2 years. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves. And now all that goes away. You know these kids are thinking that.
Right.
You just have to. And coaching staff's trying to keep them from not thinking that. But the kids are. They're normal. These are 15 through 17-year-old kids. I certainly would have been thinking it. And now you're not.
And again, just setting up for an attack. About 3.5 minutes, plenty of time to mount a couple of attacks here.
Yeah, the Cardinals. My goodness, sorry, playing your Yankees.
Beat the Yankees.
Managed to beat them today, despite giving up 4 runs in the 8th inning. That's a nice trick. Thatcher Hogan with the ball. Thatcher kind of doing on that left side what Max did here on the right side. Instead of ending up with the penalty kick out of it, though, he's going to end up with a corner kick, which Max is going to take, and they're going to take it quick. Morton is kind of switched off there. The players sort of loped all back into the box. But, boy, I tell you what, they recovered quickly. They recovered quickly. I think that was Olden again. That was Boaz. Olden, he's the one who recognized the difference. Oh,
that was beautiful.
Declan Schuler. Top of the box at the far post. Caden Hudson just could not, or was it Salazar? Or Julian.
It was
Julian.
Corona,
It was Julian Corona. Could not direct the header on goal. He was sending it back in the direction it came from, which is what you want to do because the keeper's leaning to his right, so you send it to his left. Just couldn't keep it on frame, though. Another example of the beautiful deliveries from Schuler. I don't like this from the Irish. That's the 4th. That's the 5th Irish person to touch the ball. 6th Irish person to touch the ball in this exchange. Schuler will be the 7th. He's going to score. Declan Schuler.
That was a beautiful goal.
Outside the box from about 22 yards. Buries it inside the left. Not even tuck it inside the left post. It went in a good 3-4 feet. Yes, it did. Just about to say, Mike, this is like swinging the ball in basketball. You just get the defense moving. I said Declan was the 7th person to touch it in that exchange. The defense has to move every time.
I sat through a really long rules video on that. An hour, pressing space. Why do I watch a rules video if you're not going to enforce the rules?
Yeah, it is a choreographed goal celebration, which should be a yellow card on the bench. Yeah, it should be. It's a foul. The Irish went over to the Irish Nation and they did some sort of routine. They all fell down on themselves. It should be. They're not going to have. They do not want that.
What's our dispute, Coach?
Well, I don't disagree with either coach.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think-
not sure it's a yellow card. I probably misspoke there. I'm sure it's not that, but it's probably a warning.
But I'm sure what Tori is saying, if there's something they're emphasizing, you
yeah.
have to enforce it
Yeah.
somehow. But I agree with what Mike's saying is these kids, let them celebrate.
Yeah.
They're not rubbing it in somebody's face. They're just celebrating.
No,
the
they
goal.
did not do it in front of the opposing fans. They didn't even do it in front of their opposing non-student fans. Yeah.
What
The only
do they
thing
say?
when I'm a
Just
coach,
let the kids play, right?
yeah, I am. The only thing about I'm coaching, I'm like, you spent time working on that when you could have been working on something else. That's what I always think about it. The coach in me, or the teacher in me, at the very least. Like, you guys spent 20 minutes working on this when you weren't practicing your corner kicks.
Yeah, but it looked nice.
It did look nice. I wish I'd have seen it. I'll have to go back and see it. I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry I missed it.
Teddy, good job.
I knew something was up when Max took the trip all the way down. There was something planned.
Yeah, anytime you see a keeper run, you know something's up.
Yeah, it's a little deep.
A little deep there. It was Julian Navarro. Corona. I'm going to find out who Julian Navarro is. That I keep
There's a
misnaming.
chance right here
Oh,
again.
it is. It looked like that was
We had
Is that
3
Teddy?
bodies or 2.
Teddy or Max.
I think it was. I think Thatcher was the one flying through the air. That maybe came off his head.
Keeper is taking a
I don't know
shot.
if that's right or not, but got something going on.
Just trying to tell the guy to start the clock. He needs to watch his rules video.
All right, good to see Caleb Saunders after his fine first
Yeah.
half get back up there. Because he was running towards everybody that was running towards him.
And they were all flying in the
Yeah,
air.
he was very brave to come out there and do that. And actually, his doing that probably kept Thatcher, whoever it was, from being able to keep that ball down.
7, 6,
So we're going to run out here in the first half. First half that changed dramatically in the last 4 minutes and 27 seconds. As the Irish scored twice in the last 4.5 minutes to go into halftime with not undeserved, but I would say surprising 2-0 lead. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes of real time, folks, to bring you what we hope will be just as smooth and just as exciting a second half. We'll see you then. Welcome back, Peoria Notre Dame men's soccer fans, to the second half of our game, non-conference tilt here on Saturday night at Peoria Notre Dame High School. Irish find themselves in a late arriving 2-0 lead coming out of halftime, getting goals from Declan Schuler at the 2-minute mark and Thatcher Hogan at the 4.5-minute mark. In reverse chronological order there, I guess. Give the Irish a 2-goal lead in the last 5 minutes. Irish looking to hang on to that lead at the very least. Morton looking to at least get one back here. Kind of reestablish the rivalry. Mike, the Irish certainly had the better of the play in the half. I'm not saying the 2-0 lead doesn't favor the way it went, but it was surprising the way it came about.
You know, it would not have surprised me one bit the way the half was leading into that. It would have been a scoreless tie going into halftime.
We talked about in the first half, if you were with us, and if you weren't, repeat it again here, that you wonder what's it going to do to Morton, because you got to be thinking that you're going in halftime tied, and everything's kind of going your way.
Well, and didn't you say Coach Blackford's always talking about that dreaded 2-0 lead? So you
does not like it.
Especially with this much time left, you just can't get comfortable at all.
Yeah, well, early in the season, injuries aren't a problem. Conditioning,
just keep attacking.
Probably not a problem. Yeah, what's the best way to? You want to keep this 2-0 lead, or you want to try to make it a 3-0 lead? But
I think the PK by Max kind of energized us a little bit. I think we got sharper and a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I think I said Thatcher Hogan scored the goal. It was Max Mattarelli there.
And then Declan just, that was just an outstanding individual play on his part.
Yeah, a bomb from about 22, 23 yards out. All right, we'll see what Morton has dialed up here. They cannot play the same way they played in the first half. Again, they might have thought they could have. The last 5 minutes would have disabused them of that notion. Let's see if they maybe dial up some more overlapping runs. Grant Selke probably could be a terror on offense the way he's a terror on defense. Be out there popping balls into the box from 60 yards out. Instead of doing what Declan Schuler has done for the Irish here early in the season. We'll see. Whatever it's going to be, though, it's going to have to be apparent fairly quickly. 40 minutes will disappear fairly quickly.
Well, particularly if that half goes like first half, where
good point.
You're on the defensive end most of the time. It really goes by quickly.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls. A very cleanly played game.
It was clean.
Yeah. There's number 10. I kind of like that coming out of this there. That's Andrew Brooks. Didn't make the contact he was looking for, though, but put the Irish defense and keeper on notice. Speaking of keepers, Max Schmidt, vital save in that first half on a blast shot. Saved it onto his own post, and then it deflected well above and away from everybody else. Good work also from Caleb Saunders, and Potter's keeper. Irish coach is asking for passes with intelligence, not less enthusiasm in the passing, more intelligence.
Yeah, don't just turn and kick with no purpose.
Yeah. We got a talk here. That's a good job, Teddy LaHood.
Hey, if we're gonna win, we gotta win this ball, Max. We're checking Max.
Both head coaches vocally active here in these first couple minutes of the second half. I like what the Morton coach said. That was too easy for him. Body him up a little bit. Even if it's not going to change the outcome, give him let him know you're there.
That's exactly. I was just going to say that. Let him know you're there. You got to plant that seed.
Yeah, I love that from Coach Stallone. Ball was rolling out of bounds. The Morton player wasn't going to get it, but he says, stick your foot in there and do it. And I'm like, clip him on the inside of the ankle a little bit. Give him a little nudge. It is a physical sport. The lights totally taking effect here.
Good ball.
There's Caden Hudson, just
really
good.
Nice job on defense.
Yeah, excellent job on defense. I think he took a little bit of a knock there for his trouble. See if we can get that number. It looks like it was number 13. That's Caleb Engel.
He kind of
did a good job of keeping Caleb in front of him. He was not. Caleb could not turn him. Oh, ball Makes his way all across the goal mouth there. That was dangerous. Just didn't take a deflection. Or if you could use your hands, I'm sure we could have just directed that in easily.
Yeah.
Yep.
The rules get in the way sometimes.
I guess it's not allowed. Irish, though, are settling into this routine that they had in the first half here. The ball is comfortably in their offensive 40. Patrick Graham was thinking about changing the
I thought he
attacking point.
might go the other direction.
Here's Teddy LaHood. Teddy coming up into the tack a little bit more. Like to see that. Making one of those intelligent passes. Oh, that is a
who did that
own goal.
Yeah.
It is an
I was
own
gonna say,
goal.
Who did that deflect off of? That's a tough break from Morton.
He was trying to head that ball up and out, or he's trying to make contact to head it back where it came from out of bounds, and it just turned out, unfortunately, to be a perfect flicked header into his own net. Own goal number 3. That was maybe number 18. We won't say anybody's name until we're sure, but like that. Worst feeling in the world for a soccer defender is an own goal that was you weren't under pressure.
You certainly don't intend for that to happen. It was just a really tough break.
Just so if you don't make the contact you're looking, bad as it feeling it is for the goalie, it's 10 times worse for the defender.
That's going to be.
Yeah, I'm going to play advantage.
Yeah,
It looks like that. Ball fell to Irish. Declan Schuler. Too late for the advantage to be taken away now. Correct call by the keeper, or by the official. How come when it gets dark, all the action takes place on the far side?
And we can't see
Yeah, it
anything.
just gets hard. It's hard over there. Oh, there's a.
That could be a problem.
Yeah, it's the underside of the post, or underside of the bar.
Crossbar.
Yeah, that was caused again by another mistake that Morton Potters had. A defender had the ball skip over his foot there. The lack of focus here.
And just like
has
we
hurt
said
the
earlier,
Potters.
though, when the pressure keeps, all 40 minutes in the first half. The first 5-6 minutes here, and it wears on you.
It does.
Physically and mentally.
Yeah, we said it was that vice. Just sort of. And again, the Irish goals not coming from Kane Hudson, which is a positive. I mean, certainly Kane's got 7 goals in the first 2+ games of the season, so not like they're not coming for him, but you like to see him coming from all.
Well, he's not forcing the action either.
No, he is not. He just forced that one save, but yeah, no, he's not. There's no frustration out there from Caden if he's not scoring. He'd be frustrated if he wasn't scoring and the Irish were down 3-0.
He was a little frustrated in the first half with some of the decisions that were being made, but it had nothing to do with whether he's scoring or not.
They would have talked about it.
And that's what the seniors do. They've got to be vocal. They got to talk about those things.
Excellent job there by Patty Graham. Just kicks that ball out of bounds into the parking lot. His parents aren't parked there. He doesn't care. You talk about calm senior leadership. Teddy LaHood there
just never panics.
Easily could have just put that ball out of bounds and did the same thing. Understood what was behind him because he had looked before, knew that he could turn. And look what's the result right now as the Irish are getting near the top of the box. Declan Schuler with a nice run.
That is really nice pass.
Finds Mattarelli. Mattarelli's going to throw in a cross. Takes a deflection, goes out of bounds. Going to be a corner for the Irish on the far side in front of the equipment shed. The far side of the north end.
He is by himself.
Kick is going to come in here fairly quick. The Irish have bodies in there. The ball rolls all the way through. Several attempts by Irish players and Morton players. Nobody can particularly redirect it. I believe it's going to be a Morton throw. Yes, it will be.
In for the Potters, number 6, Ewan Chatwell, number 8, Cole Whitaker, and number 19, Dane Hoffenstein.
Another switch of about a third of the roster, or a third of the squad out there right now. Cal Burkett got the ball in the center. The ball out to Jack Miller. Ball goes off of Declan Schuler's foot there. Pass to Miller was a little robust. Teddy
Once again, LaHood just reading what's happening, making a play.
Yeah, you just see Teddy growing into his role there. You know, played a lot last year, starter some of the time, but didn't play as the central defender nearly as much. And now he's back there.
Directing traffic. And
yep.
Doing it well.
Gave him comparisons to Tommy Graham.
Ooh.
Speaking of Graham, there's Patrick.
Patty, yeah.
Nice job doing it one time. Didn't fool around there. Could not quite open his foot up to get it back on the goal, though. But I love that. I love the pass also. Coming across. Irish are finding space, and we are finding unmarked. And it's tough. And we'll give Morton defenders some credit here. That is Patrick Graham. He's not supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
The defenders aren't supposed to be marking him because he's not a forward player. He's a defender who made a nice 60-yard overlapping run there, found himself at the edge of the box, unmarked, because the defenders are actually marking their man.
Just a slip there?
Yep. It's a shame. It was a beautiful first touch. There's Olden. Good things usually happen when he finds the ball on his foot.
Two guys coming. Help, Teddy. Help, Taylor.
Nice job there by. Sure who that was. I think it was Cal Burkett. Yeah. Ball was going to find Holden's foot, and Cal got his foot on it first.
No push there. No call.
It's all right. 23, Ian Blair took care of that.
A few guys slipping right now. So.
Yeah.
He hurt himself a little bit there too.
It is a groin pull waiting to happen. Slip on speeds they're going, and
somebody just said he can rest it all day tomorrow. That's those sympathetic coaches. We're all like.
Me, I'd have been calling for the stretcher. I just don't want to take any chances.
Yeah.
I need a stretcher.
Well, you got to let everybody know you're here.
That's right. I need a stretcher and some strong stretcher bearers. I may need you to take me all the way home. You see the kind of, it's not lacking effort, Morton, at all, but it's kind of a disjointed effort right now. Guys are finding themselves up top, maybe with the ball, and then looking around and they don't see any other white jerseys. Yeah. Because, like I said, as you said, Mike, they've been driven so far back towards their goal, having to play defense the whole time.
And it's
hard to switch on. Yeah,
we've gotten much sharper too, and I think you add that to what you're saying, and it.
Yeah, we've grown into the game, and we're feeding off of, they're down 3-0 now. They can't play.
Yeah,
they can't play the way they want to, and we feed off that sort of negative energy. Energy. All the energy in the world's already been created. If they're leaking energy, it's being absorbed by somewhere else, and we're absorbing that right now. That Physics Corner brought to you by Sir Isaac Newton. Not one of our sponsors. Does not return our calls. And Braden Allers there. Haven't said his name too much, but he's had a fine start to the season.
Really impressive goal first night out.
Oh, yeah. Kind of a Declan Schuler type goal, honestly, from the same spot. Using what apparently is his off foot, his left foot, which is just amazing to me. What we got here? Almost 15 minutes gone. Getting close to it here. Irish still not subbing. A marked difference from those first two games.
Another slip.
I wonder if that's the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday rest
That could be.
that they're looking at. I don't know if we have a game on Tuesday. I know we don't have a home game on Tuesday. Oh, there's number 5 there. Alex McKee just did not get the contact he wanted to. Would have been tough, but he could have put that close to on frame. Certainly would have scared Max a little bit, gotten his attention.
We do have some guys on the sideline who just kind of limbering up a little bit, so maybe some of those subs are going to come. I think the coaching staff probably saw as well as we did. Some of these guys are slipping around. You don't want anything crazy to happen.
Of course, the weather is not a factor.
No.
Like it was on
you know, we had
Wednesday
water
and
breaks
Thursday.
the first 2 nights, nothing tonight.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's a little cool.
Yeah.
In a very comfortable way.
Don't have school. Like I said, we don't know what they did beforehand, but they hopefully were smart and got more rest and ate, something like that. So, handball there. Ball goes out of bounds anyway. So,
I'm looking over at our tailgaters, and somebody has a television on, and I'm sure it's got the University of Notre Dame football game going on over there. So they're getting the best of everything, watching soccer, having good food, and watching the football.
I'm assuming that's why you got out your binoculars and took off your headset.
What
your
was that?
participation, is over. Cal Burkett playing that sort of either defensive midfielder role or slightly forward center back role, whatever you want to call it. Cal does it really well.
Cal is really a good player.
He is. He came from Burkett's are
pretty good.
Names scattered all over rosters in the last decade or so of Peoria Notre Dame. Track, tennis.
And for the Irish, number 6, Johnny Navetta.
Lucy was a
Lucy,
excellent soccer player.
Sure, she taught her brother everything he knows. No, maybe not everything, but he kept a few
Got to
things
keep
back.
some things.
Yeah. Probably didn't tell him how to do his hair before the game. Doesn't look like he's going to need that. It's Teddy there. We talk about his intelligence and his calmness there, but you see the physicality too. I don't want to make it sound like he's just thinking his way slowly over the pitch. He's as tough as they come physically. You see it on the basketball court too.
Now we got to hustle back, but again, LaHood with a good play coming from the far side.
Irish kicked the ball out here. We had a guy go down. Doesn't look like a cramp. He's moving a little too easily for that. Might have been a knee.
Hey, trying to
Just got
shake
a
something
stinger.
out of that
Yep.
right leg.
That is number 6. Boone Chatwell. He's been involved in several good things today. Good to see him up and running there. Yeah, probably just took one of those little knocks that hurts like a Dickens for the first 10 seconds and then disappears. Hit right on the nerve. Good sportsmanship here. The Irish
Both ends.
kicked the ball out. Yep.
We kicked it out to
And
tend to the injury, and,
Yep.
and Morton threw the ball into us.
The Irish play the ball back about 20 yards, and then, all right, let's get going. Love it when it's played that way. Thatcher
Looking
Hogan
down
just
the
couldn't-
sideline, see Tommy Graham down there.
It's hard to
Probably
believe.
some
Hard to believe Tommy hasn't checked himself into the game. It's not like him to be this close.
this weekend you see some kids go away to school, come back, and he's on at Bradley, but you see some that come back for Labor Day.
Probably ruining the fact. I tell you what, Saunders knows that was going to be close. That was a good job. He had that completely covered. As the ball did hit the post and come back, stay in play. I wonder if anybody's told Tommy that Bradley does not take Labor Day off. It's not a day off of school. I don't want to be the one to break it to him. So
It is not?
it is not a day off for Bradley. A lot of professors on my block, trust me. They don't feel like giving you a day off 10 days into the semester.
Keep hearing the Schuler chant from the crowd.
It's Grant Selke. Boy,
That was a line drive.
man, you can hang laundry on that thing and it went 35
That
yards.
was a missile.
That, folks, is why you do your neck exercises if you're trying to hit a soccer ball.
Ooh.
Otherwise, the soccer ball will take place of your head.
Get out of the way of that one.
From the light post, go straight back to the building.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Selke wouldn't be their penalty taker and just
Blast it.
blast it down them, 3 or 4 feet to the right or the left. Goalie, don't try to be coy about it. Just let loose with that flesh-covered howitzer he's got there. All right, 21-51 here in the restart. Yeah, I must say, a fairly sedate Morton crowd.
It has been really quiet.
I know they haven't had a lot of chances and stuff like that, but usually they are on opposing players and referees and stuff like that. They're a little sedate. Showed up in good numbers like they always do. I'm sure if they snuck a goal in, that would all change. Good job by Zach Nethery there.
Another one that just comes in and does his job.
Yeah. If you just close your eyes and imagine 2 inches and 15 more pounds on all these freshmen and sophomores. You can't help but smile. Caden got a touch went a little too far. I got to say, that's a bad effort by the coaching staff trying to keep that ball out of the parking lot.
It's kind of a no effort, not just
yeah.
a bad one.
Coach Stride, a decorated soccer goalie, didn't even dive for that one. I mentioned Zach Nethery. Good job there. We got a number 11 snuck into the game here on us. Brandon Lehman, St. Mark's guy. How did I let that go by? I'll lose my marksman card.
He got some good minutes last year. I remember seeing him play in the state tournament.
Yep, the moment will not be too big for him, whatever that moment is. And these are big minutes. There's 20 minutes still to go here. Morton's a fine team. They're going to have a good season.
Nice shot here.
Huge.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is Max Mattarelli. The Irish again find the crossbar.
Another strong leg.
Yeah. The Irish resulting throw in they take really quickly.
Johnny, you can't just let him run by you, though, Johnny. No, in the middle. Teddy. Turn.
And you put that in a time capsule why Teddy LaHood is so important back there, what he just did. Did about 4 different things. And you notice the coaching staff wasn't telling him to do anything. They were talking to the players around him. They were not telling
he knew what he
Teddy
was doing.
anything. Yep. And it's outside the box. And it's Thatcher Hogan driving into the box. Away from goal, though. But yeah, that's a proper place to make that call. Yep. This is far enough away to be dangerous. We saw Max hit the crossbar from much closer than this in the first half. They have Caden Hudson and Thatcher Hogan. Meeting of the minds, deciding who's
going to do what.
There's not really any decision to be made. These decisions are all made ahead of time. They just don't want the opponents to know who's going to be taking it right away. Looks to me like this is going to try to be put on goal. Irish aren't really running anything. They do, and Saunders.
Really nice save.
It is, because you know what? He can't see that ball until it gets around.
Had that little curve.
Until it gets past the hip of his the farthest defender to his left, and then he sees it, doesn't try to catch it, palms it away.
That ball was struck really well.
Yeah, that is it was a terrific attempt by Caden and a terrific job by Caleb to keep it out. Morton's going to get a little relief here. They can push their lines up. take a breath. Yeah, I got 3 balls on now.
Yeah.
Somebody got the bonus in pinball. I don't think that counts here in this game. You know what, though? I'd rather see that from our ball boys than the other way around.
Yeah, if everybody's standing around waiting for one, that's not a good look.
Yeah. Yeah, multiple balls. They're all being proactive about it. I don't know how Coach Zerbonia, who runs the ball boys, will feel about that, but see a couple St. Mark's kids in the ball boys also.
Well fed, I'm sure, from the cafeteria staff.
Absolutely.
Are you still a peanut butter sandwich maker? Or
Yeah, I am. Yeah. You'd be amazed how many parents send their kids to school for hot lunch and then the kids choose peanut butter and jelly instead. I'm amazed every day. Speaking of amazing, there is the connection between Caden Hudson and Thatcher Hogan. Thatcher sends a far more dangerous ball than that looked like. Skip twice. It takes that sort of death zone skip about 2 yards, 1.5 yards in front of the goalie. But again,
it could always change directions too.
Yeah, it can.
Uneven ground.
Well, we're seeing.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Caden Hudson. I don't know if it took a deflection or he actually hit that off the back of his.
I think he.
Because for all the world, it looks like he was going far post.
He looked him away far post, and he brought it in.
I'm betting it was on purpose. I'm just guessing. That comes at 16:04.
Goal number 4 tonight.
Goal number 8 on the season.
For the Irish, number 8 on the season for Hudson. Very well done.
Beautifully done, yeah. It really came out of something that really didn't look all that dangerous, but because Caden Hudson is out there, it becomes dangerous.
Yeah, he's able to do things that most other high school players cannot do.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not that he's leaps and bounds above. I mean, there are tons of great soccer players in Illinois. And Central, you don't have to go to Illinois. You just go in the Peoria area, Tri-County area, however you want to define Central Illinois. You want to go down, include McLean into that. I'm fine with all that, too. But he's just got that 1% that other guys don't have, and that 1%. When you're already dealing at, you know, in the upper 90s as your percentile of a player, the difference between 98 and 99 sometimes is all it takes.
And I was talking to Coach Bear before, and one of the things that stands out is just the body control that Caden has. A lot of guys would be down on the ground, certain contacts, certain plays, and he's able to maintain and score off those situations. Yeah. Not just stay standing, but to make plays out of it. We've seen that. I can think probably 3 or 4 of the goals this year have been where he's been laid out, changing directions, things that most people, like you said, cannot make. But it's body control.
Well, and I think also, you know what? He doesn't go down. Good job by Saunders staying in front of that. Almost impossible to take care of that ball without there being a rebound like that. You just, like a hockey goal, you just got to get in front of it, smother it. He can see that there's nobody else coming. The other thing about Caden is he doesn't go down the way I think sometimes defenders do things to him and think he's going to go down and that they're going to get a break. They're going to be able to not in the box. I mean, but outside the box. He keeps going. He has his own advantage rule in his head.
And he never seems to get tired. He can take just seconds like this and rest a little bit.
Corona back to.
And there's
there we go.
Teddy directing traffic, making the calls.
Now the coaches are asking for just a boot.
Yeah, just get it out of there.
Yeah, Declan Shooter's the man for the job.
Yeah, he'll send it.
Under 14 minutes to go now. Irish comfortably ahead 4-0. Which is their matching their score in their last game against Chatham Glenwood here on Thursday night. Kind of came about it in the same sort of way. think about it, just sort of a relentless pressure in the first half.
Right.
Eventually leads to a couple goals and a nice halftime lead.
And then just controlled the pace in the second half.
Yeah.
Added on, but not a lot.
Yeah, Irish working a few more players in. Not taking their foot off the gas by any stretch of the imagination, but working on some things. Don't believe Max Schmidt has touched the ball this half.
I think you are correct.
His counterpart, Caleb Saunders, is more than made up for the goal he touches, though. Caleb's going to have a bruised sternum tomorrow morning, but he'll have earned it.
Bo, get away from it, defender.
Oh, Declan should have put
Really
it back
nice,
in.
yes.
Beautifully done. Max Matteroni
all right.
just pulls the shot a little bit wide.
I've been really impressed this week, just the minutes we've gotten. Zach Nethery's done a really nice job, and he's been out there. Nevada has been unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen Julian Navarro.
Corona.
Corona. Dang it, I am gonna.
We're going to find who this Julian Navarro guy is, and we're going to bring him up here.
I apparently owe him money, or he owes me money. But I'm gonna get down to the bottom of this. Sebastian Salazar coming back in.
And for the Potters, number 8.
Giving Max Manarelli a break. Probably this comes at 12-11.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, probably will not see Max the rest of the game.
He's still working himself back into full game shape, and
Yeah, we got to remember, you know, he's only about what, 14 months, 13 and a half months removed from breaking a leg.
and I look for
No, not
Thatcher
even.
to probably not be out too much. Yeah, even
10 and a half
less than
months.
that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm betraying my English background there. See what he's trying to do?
Yeah.
Just, yeah. There wasn't anybody out wide. They had to run from the center out wide instead of from wide into the center. One of the things we were so impressed with the youngsters, well, the whole team, particularly against Quincy Notre Dame, first game of the year, that 7-0, or 7-1, sorry, they did get a goal, was how nobody, when the game was out of hand, went goal hunting. You know, we're not
Played
doing
the
it
game
here
right.
either. Played the game right, strung together passes. Everybody ran their lanes. Everybody stayed wide.
There's a goal.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Saunders, but
There it
yeah.
comes. And just like always, Thatcher Hogan is where he
He's right there to
just-
put, yeah.
yeah, always there.
You can call it a poacher if you want. It absolutely
Goal by number 19, Thatcher Hogan.
is a compliment. Comes at 10:49 of the second half. 10:49 left. Second half. Put the ball on frame and see what happens with the rebound. I mean, it's a terrific save.
It was a great save.
Terrific save by Saunders. He can't control what he does after that. Then it's up to his defenders to clean up everything.
And
after
we had
that.
one early in the first half where we didn't have anybody on that
Yeah.
week. Thatcher, if he's the one that's supposed to be there, he's going to be there, and he was.
Absolutely. And again, didn't try to do anything that he didn't. He just tapped it in with his head, stuck it towards the ground. Looks simple.
No! Get away.
Caden trying to sell something that the official was not buying.
It wasn't quite don't be stupid, but it was just as
Yeah,
short
get
and
away.
sweet. Yeah. All right, let's see if Morton strings something together here. They've had, if anything, less opportunities here in the second half than
They
they had
really-
in the
we-
first half, Mike.
Once we got our first goal, I just think the energy level picked up, and like you said, it kind of left Morton whatever they had because they were looking at maybe a scoreless first half.
Yeah, I think, I mean, and that is not to blame them for that. That it would be easy to do. You played 93% of the half one way, and you figured it was going to play out the rest of the way, and then you'd figure out something in halftime. But they figured out at halftime, unfortunately, that they were down 2-0.
And since that point, I think we've been really sharp.
Yeah, certainly winning this half 3-0 is indicative of how much we've been dominating. And another great defensive. That's kind of what we haven't seen in this second half that we saw a lot in that first half. The great defensive play, the sliding blocks, the, you know, 2 or 3 players being there because everybody's hustling. Not that they're not hustling, but you don't have the energy at this point of this sort of match. Number 6 coming back in the game, Ewan Chatwell. It's good to see. He went out with a little bit of a knock earlier like that. He stayed in the game or came back into the game pretty quickly if he ever went out. But I always like to see people rotating in when they've been injured. Gonna have a push there, I think, in the back. Gonna go Potter's way.
That was Teddy LaHood a long way from where he normally would be.
Well, if he's willing to sprint 60 yards back, I guess we're going to allow him to do that. Good win, Zach Nethery.
Yep.
Excellent job, Teddy. There, just read the situation.
Just what Teddy does.
Yeah. Didn't panic, play it out of bounds. Also didn't panic and try to play it back to his keeper.
Yeah, a little different night for these youngsters coming in now because they played earlier.
Yeah,
First
that's a good point.
They
Yeah,
didn't have
you know what? That is an excellent point when we're talking about subs. I did not even enter into my
these guys have already had their time.
And they was out in the heat of the game.
Oh,
there's Caden Hudson.
My goodness.
There was nothing Caleb Sonis to do about that. He knows it. That's why he's pounding the turf. Well, it might not even be.
Yeah, that was just another missile by Caden.
Yeah. That's that 1% we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That's how it shows up. Comes at 7:32.
This guy's coming out of deserved a rest, and they've done a great job.
They have. You think he knew he was coming out? And he's like, well, I'm going to shoot it from out here just to see. What if we have a different keeper in the game? That does not look like.
It is different.
Yeah, okay. So he's pounding the turf because the very first shot he saw probably was Caden Hudson from 23 yards
Probably
out.
looked at Coach Along and said, really?
I don't know, Coach.
You couldn't wait till now to get me in?
It sounded wide until I saw it in the back of the net. Nothing the young man can do about that. We assume that is their second keeper, Parker Griffin. No, this is going to be Levi Sander, 24 is the other.
Keegan, how you doing? How you doing?
Under 7 minutes to go. Irish up 6-0. I'm having trouble picking out the most impressive game of these 3 so far. The Irish are going to come out of this looking like a 17-1 goal differential, 3-0. Granted, all 3 games were at home, but 2 of them were in pretty brutal conditions.
I would say they're all, they're different, but all really some highlights out of all 3, just kind of in different ways.
Yeah, there's certainly a strong central spine running down here, though. The Irish playing the game the right way. They're dangerous from several different positions.
A lot of depth.
A lot of depth. We are strong at bat. We are strong. I mean, we don't talk so little about the midfield. We talked about it, how little we talked about him, not yesterday, but 2 days ago. How little we've talked about him today, depending on whether you consider Caleb Burkett a midfielder or a defender. But they're just doing their job.
Well, I think when you look at the you know, the big three up front where you have Hudson, Hogan, and Mattarelli, that is going to be just a problem for everybody that we're facing. Then you go back clear on the other end with when you're looking at LaHood and Schuler in the back, who both can come up and score if need be.
Yeah.
Pretty complete squad.
And the keeper who's showing himself to have earned this starting spot as a sophomore. A few of the new names in here for the Irish. I'll probably do that. Brett Zellweger, number 20. We got Brandon Lehman. We already talked about him out there. We got Gavin Stickelmeyer, who excellent work in the first 2 games.
Number 9, been.
We got Tyler Ho, number 9 there. Does Andrew Daly sneak on here somewhere? Then you have number 16. Connor Scheckler out there. There's number 9, Andrew Daly. Or number 9, Tyler Ho, we just talked about.
Yeah, they've all gotten more varsity minutes than they probably thought they were going to get this early on, but particularly the first 2 nights when there was no JV contest.
Yeah. Yeah, and the weather necessitated that the coaching staff probably cycle a few more guys in than they normally would have. Baptism by fire, though, worked. They have all been excellent. We have number 24, Joey Alwyn out there. He was underneath the lights there in the gloaming where we couldn't see him, but Joey's patrolling, looks like right defender role. Good job by the keeper there, and Teddy LaHood, and number 9, Tyler Ho there. 3-way communication, let that ball roll through to Max. Here we go.
Now they're getting Joey a little love from the Irish Nation.
Julian Cronin with a flick-on header. Johnny Navetta finding himself in the way of the ball again. Sebastian Salazar still out there, playing up top on the right. Just about 2.5 minutes left. The Irish are gonna hopefully calmly see out this 6-0 victory. Certainly going to see out the victory. I'm hoping it stays 6-0.
Little pride thing now is you want to keep them from getting the ball in the net.
Yeah.
Slow night in high school sports because we had Jim Matson, we had WMBD, and Patrick Cunningham were here for. Jim's still here, but here for the majority of the night, so it's kind of nice to get a lot of footage.
It is. Oh, beautiful night. Good to be out. Good representation from the Irish and the Potter crowd. Thanks for good video. Tailgaters. Making me probably spend 50 more bucks on my grocery bill. I got to do grocery shopping on the way home. There you go, Max Schmidt watches that sail harmlessly aside, though. Like the shot from the Potters.
You're stopping at the grocery store on the way home?
I am. We're going to a little picnic tomorrow, which was unplanned, so I'm going to stop at a grocery store on the way home, pick up some stuff. It's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah. Pretty special.
Yeah. I needed beer. My wife said, get this other stuff. That's really what happened. I don't want to say I'm Alan Alda or anything, but Johnny Navetta again.
1 minute remaining.
Just going to call him that man. Oh, that's a nice Gavin Stickelmeyer. Nice times finding 16 Connor Scheckler there. Just kind of got gummed up right at the top of the box, but everything up through was really nice. And again, we're seeing all these youngsters with a few veterans out there playing the game the right way, doing exactly what they just saw their compatriots do to get this 6-0 lead.
Right. Nobody is.
No, nobody's cranking off 40-yard shots
Nobody's
here.
trying to
No.
score, and everybody's playing within what they're supposed to do, the framework of what we're trying to do.
Nobody's trying to make a 6 or 17 touch run slalom.
They're playing hard.
This game is a little quicker. Our producer director, Stephen Bradshaw, saying this game started a half hour later and is going to finish the exact same time. There's our 24-hour dance marathon of Thursday. Yeah, that final whistle shows 4 zeros on the scoreboard, a 5th 0 for Morton, but a 6 for the Irish. The Irish win this Central Illinois rivalry 6-0 to start their season 3-0, running through a nice gauntlet. We had some advantages here, all played at home in front of an enthusiastic home crowd on our home turf. We're always tough, but a dream start to the season for the Irish, Mike.
Yeah, good start. The coaches will find some things you need to work on, but you mentioned the good, but you're going to find some of the bad, and you continue to go to work. And it's we play a schedule, we play a tough schedule, so everything again is geared towards what's going to happen later on. So good way to start, though.
Yeah, Morton plays a good schedule too. We will not see probably another result like this on their scorecard this year, and they will garner their normal high seed in the regional come October. We thank them for coming over and playing. We will see them next year at their place. Happy, safe travels to all the Morton fans who travel. We thank the Irish for their participation. I don't know when our next scheduled soccer broadcast is.
We're a couple weeks.
Yeah,
we might be in new digs, might be in a new home.
Maybe in a new home.
Yeah.
We definitely have 2 volleyball games next week, Tuesday and Thursday.
And football on Friday.
Yeah, so we'll
home
have
opener.
3 broadcasts here. So we'll see volleyball for the first time, and we'll see soccer for the first time. We hope it won't be your first time joining us. We hope you're a long-time listener. Glad you joined us here. We hope you join us Tuesday, Thursday, and for football on Friday. We'll see you then, folks. Bye-bye.